Okay, this one's gonna be a tough one for several reasons. I gotta go ahead and warn you guys before you start speaking. Oh my god, here he comes. Well, there's a wrong car, bitches. We haven't got to that point yet. Shut up. Hell no, I demand you tell these people the truth. Them titties are worth it. I swear to God. Why don't you tell them how big Harribel's titties are? Fine. According to this Twitter user, they're H-cups. God damn! Are you done interfering? Hell no. Because I still haven't explained what a wrong car actually is. No one cares, still would. In the video already. No, because it's important for them to know the cons. There are no cons for our tan queen. Wrong! Harribel is someone like a ghost. Don't care. Which means the average man wouldn't be able to see her. So I may have to play a short game of where to find a hole. So what? Oh my god. Still would. The video's over. Shut the fuck up and let me cook! Okay, sorry about that. My inner blackness just loves to interrupt me. Especially when I get to talk about certain characters. And yes, I know some of you would agree with my darker side. But you have to remember, we are talking about a wrong car. It doesn't really matter how they look or how hot they are, they can still be dangerous to the average man. And besides the fact that any wrong car will be invisible to the average human, there's also an issue with spiritual pressure, which is just the physical force or pressure that a person's spiritual power creates when released. This could kill you. A question came to my mind while I was researching. How close could you even get to someone like Harribel if you were just an average human? Because her, Nelliel, and many others are far more powerful than any average ghost. And I know I'm saying ghost, let me be more precise. And a Arrancar is basically an evolved version of a hollow. And in Bleach, a hollow is a monstrous, soul-eating spirit that results from a deceased soul being consumed by negative emotions or converted by other hollows. Hollows have many different stages. The stages start off as a hollow, a normal hollow, and the final stage is an Arrancar. Now, a hollow has two ways that's stated that they can become an Arrancar. They can get stronger naturally by fighting or eating each other, and then eventually cracking their mass in some way. And the second way they can change to an Arrancar is the Hogyoku, basically a purple rock that was created by Aizen. And this rock can make a hollow forcibly break the boundary between a hollow and a soul reaper, turning them into an Arrancar. And this second method does seem to make the hollow more powerful than normally made Arrancar. Now, if an Arrancar is in the Vastolode state, when they break their mass and become a Arrancar, they'll attain a more human-like form. But this is mostly for the ones that are Vastolode level. If they're a Gillian class Minos, which is basically the weakest class of a Minos, they'll still basically look like a hollow upon transforming into an Arrancar. Or in other words, they'll look like this. Yeah, they're not all 10s. They're not all 1s either. Oh my god. Hurry up and get to the good part. I am getting there. Be patient. This is a process. But the process is slow. I'm trying to figure out how adult Nell uses her saliva in the bedroom. Giggity. Imagine that, random viewer. Nell's saliva can literally heal minor wounds. You know what that means, don't you? Imagine you two are in the bedroom and you guys are already done. You already done the deed. You're done. And your manhood is limp and bruised. Ain't no way it's coming back up. It's impossible. You done for the evening. Then all of a sudden, Nell gives you that.
Spit on that thing.
And then I rise. It's like Big Titty Girl magic. Hey, your voice, hold up. You realize you only demonstrated that ability in child form, right? Hey, we don't talk about that form here. Now back to the topic at hand. No, shut up. You can't silence. Moving on. Alright, before my inner black man starts up again, we gotta talk about the Espada. The Espada are the top 10 ranked, most powerful Arrancar in Sosuke Aizen's army of hollows. And they're ranked from 0 to 9. The lower the number, the higher their spiritual power is. Now again, this is important for several reasons. And this is an extreme case because it's the #1 class Espada, Coyote Stark. Stark has an ability known as immense spiritual power. Basically, even prior to meeting Aizen and joining the Espada, his spiritual power was unintentionally killing other hollows just by being near them, even after splitting his spiritual energy. And I'm just gonna use my common sense here and say, if his spiritual energy is strong enough to kill a hollow, it should be strong enough to kill a human. But then again, most of the Espada do seem to have good control over their spiritual power, especially ones like Harribel and Nelliel. So I'll X spiritual power out for being a con. The next con I have though is that most do not seem to value life, and instead they just value power. And most of them value power so much they end up trying to eat each other in order to gain more power. Or if we're talking about Espada number 8, he uses his fraction to heal, and a fraction is just a Arrancar that's a subordinate of an Espada. But Espada number 8 sees him as a snack with healing capabilities, as seen here.
I'm going to talk about fracciones today. Arrancars that are numbered 10 and under are able to select personal subordinates for themselves. They are called fracciones. Some only choose one, while others choose more. And as you can see, mine are quite special. Eating them has a rehabilitating effect. Observe.
Pause! Look at the fear in the fat one's eyes. Bruh's appetite has been replaced by disgust because he knows this shit ain't right. Imagine a human doing this to another human in broad daylight. And you may be thinking, oh, just because he does it to his fraction doesn't mean he'll do it to a human. No, dude, hollows can eat the souls of the living and the dead. And Espada number 0/10 actually proved this. Bro had the audacity to call them nasty after he ate them. If they tasted so awful, why'd you eat them? Come on now, you see what I mean? He did not have to do that shit. He did not have to do that at all. The humans were doing nothing to him, and he just decided to kill them all. I think you guys get my point. With a few exceptions, most Arrancars do not value life, and they can eat the souls of the dead and the living. Now, whether or not they would or would not do it doesn't really matter in this context. This is a con. And most Arrancars are not like Nelliel and Harribel. Most of them act more similar to nature to this guy. They don't give a damn about humans. They barely give a damn about each other. The only thing most of them want and strive for is pure power. And a few of them are exceptions, but they're not the rule. Moving on. Before I get ahead of myself in this conversation, there's two other different types of Arrancar that I need to talk about. Oh my god. Shut up! Anyway, the two other types are the Preview on Espada and the Numeros. Preview on Espada are natural Arrancar who were once members of the Espada, but were demoted. And the reason they were demoted was because they were replaced by Aizen's artificial Espada, or in other words, the Espada that were created by the Hoyoku. And the Numeros are just combat experts in Sosuke Aizen's army of Arrancar. Power-wise, it should be the weakest group of Arrancar in Sosuke Aizen's army. Alright, voices, now we can talk about them titties. Yay! Who we got first? Well, the way I was going to do this is talk about the least smashable to the most smashable. Ooh, okay. So who's the ugly duckling? Well, the first one on this list I've already shown, and she was being eaten. Her name is Lumina, and she should be the one with the pigtails. The other one's name is Verana, but he's a male. And yes, when it comes to looks, Lumina is the ugliest Arrancar. Already said once, all of them are not 10s. And Lumina is described as being obese, short, and energetic. And she should be also canonically dead because Espada number 8 ate her. Good, I hope he chewed thoroughly. Let's move on, please. Alright, the next one is Lilynette Gingerbook. And she and many other Arrancar don't canonically have an age. I don't even know if the age concept makes sense here because they are all canonically dead, but they're kind of like ghosts. So I don't know their age at all. So, you know, that's just up in the air. But she is Coyote Stark's counterpart and his fraction. And whether it's wise to smash her or not, I'm just going to leave up in the air in you guys' opinion because I don't know. As far as Arrancar and Soul Reaper, age and the way they look can be, it's just weird because Rukia looks young, right? But she's, I think, at least canonically, at least over 200 or 500 years old. Even Toshiro Hitsugai is technically over 100 years old, at least. So the age thing, I mean, really, I thought about this for a long time, and it just hurts my head to think about because their ages are everywhere. They could look very young, but be very, very old. They could look old, and I mean, because you have, okay, I don't know. I really don't know. Leave in the comments whether you would smash or not. I'm not going to judge you if you would. I really don't care. I have seen in the anime that she was stated to be a child by Jushiro Ukitage. But then again, that's not saying much because he's at least over 2,000 years old. So most characters he would probably say as a child. Again, I don't know. And if you personally would, I would not judge, but I probably would give you the bombastic side eye. Next up, we have Lolly and Minelli. And I do not like these two. These two are just the mean girls in Aizen's army. They're both Numeros and they serve directly under Aizen. So basically they're Aizen's bitches. Now I don't know what he does with them. Apparently he may find them amusing. I'm not sure. Maybe Aizen has a type or two. I don't know. Minelli is less of a mean girl, more of a tomboy, but she is kind of submissive to Lolly, which is more of a bully. These two will probably kill the average man on the spot. In the anime and manga, they're very cruel to Orihime. They basically both jump her for no reason other than jealousy. They weren't ordered to do this and neither did they have to do it. Lolly is also known for talking shit to Espada and other Arrancar who are way more powerful than she is, which in the anime almost gets her killed twice immediately. It's safe to say that these two don't really value any life other than their own and Aizen's, so it probably wouldn't be wise to smash them. But I do know some men do love tomboys and toxic women, so I guess some of you out there would definitely smash. The next one on this list is Roka Paramiya. She's seen briefly in the anime with Yami healing his arm because she's a nurse, which honestly is rare because you don't see any other nurse or Arrancar in the series. In the anime, she heals Espada number 10's arm, Yami, and then as soon as she heals the arm, he immediately punches her through the wall. Or maybe not precisely through it, but it was hard enough for her to die immediately on impact. I remember this moment in the anime and it made me so mad for no reason. Because he had no reason to punch her like that and immediately kill her. Like, this is literally one of the most insane, quickest deaths in the series and it's not even talked about. Now, as far as looks go, she doesn't look half bad, especially in Bleach Brave Souls the game. Much isn't said about her personality, but I would say she's safe to smash. Moving on, I have to talk about the female Arrancar in the filler episodes and the female Arrancar in some of the Bleach movies. In episode 213, there was a female Arrancar that fought Ichigo's friends, but she has no name. I mean, no name whatsoever. Don't even name her in her profile. Like, damn, even some of the ugly ones have a name. But she is low-key bad and she stated to have monster boobies, so smash! Next up, we have two of my favorites, Yin and Yang. And this is the moment. This is the moment I knew I had a thing for hot twins. And their all-out design just makes them even more smashable. Yin deals with electricity and Yang deals with fire. And I would say their powers will be a con, but threesome. I mean, I would risk it. You just need the right protection. And if you're looking at this video and you're telling me that you wouldn't wrap yourself in fireproof and electric-proof clothing, in order to have a threesome with these two, you are a liar! Moving on. Everyone else on this list is basically a huge 10 out of 10. With barely any cons, so I'll make this quick. And I'm about to butcher this name. Sarusi or Cersei Sandawiki. Smash. She's a preview on Espada who dresses like a gothic Lolita, which apparently is a style of fashion that uses deep colors and symbolic motifs to create a dark and cute look. There's no cons here, they even thirst after her in the anime. And the filler, they knew what they were doing with this one. Moving on. All three of Harribel's Fraction are smashable, especially Melrose. God! Like bro, she's basically just Black Rangiku, and I refuse to believe otherwise. And Emilio Ipachi is just another angry tomboy Arrancar, and Cyan Sung in her resurrection form just becomes another snake lady. So yeah, I see no cons here. They all argue with each other a lot, but low-key they just need something to put in their mouths. For every problem there is a solution, and I carry the solution to fix that problem at all times with me. Moving on! The last two are obviously Harribel and Nelliel. And as bad as Harribel is, she has one— no! She has a con though. If you're about to say her con is her hollow hole, just because it's in her lower abdomen where her womb would be, that is not a con. The more holes, the better. What? I said what I said. The more holes, the better. And she still has those tickle biggies. Listen to me, viewer. It's worth it. Them titties are H cups and that body is 1,000 out of 10. This woman is worth leaving your wife for. This woman is worth going getting without a condom. If this woman had the coronavirus, AIDS, and HIV all together, there are still plenty of men in the world that would dive in to every hole she's got. And you know it! And I'm not talking just regularly dive in. I'm talking about somersaulting into the bitch. Full speed in the nude. And if she kills you, consider that you were killed by a goddess and die with honor. Black boy, she was such a simp. Yeah, you know me. Go ahead and continue the video. I ain't gonna interrupt. Okay, fine. Nelliel. Smash! Hey, yo, bro. Shut up! Shut up! You're annoying the viewers. I don't care. One of us has to speak the truth. I know you about to say because I'm in here 24/7. And yes, she did have a child form, but Kisuke Uehara fixed it. It hasn't been shown yet, but in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, Kisuke Uehara made Nelliel an armband that lets her transform and turn her adult form at will. And besides that, no one knows where her hollow hole is. She's not mean. She doesn't seem to have the same don't care attitude about life that other Arrancars have. She's hot. Bro. And those titties are H cup, the same size as Harribel's titties. And to top it all off, she gives warm hugs. Shut up already. God, I just had to be born an introvert and an overthinker. My inner thoughts never shut up. I was gonna say all that, but since you've already said it, black voice, might as well just ask the viewers now. So what do you guys think? And I apologize for him. He's just he won't show up every video, but he's there for the tough ones. You know what I mean. The tough ones like Harribel, he just shows up, and now he wants to bark. Shut up! I'm trying to end the— you know what? Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. I'm gonna go touch grass and read a Bible before my other side starts crashing out on me. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and you guys have a great day. Bye! Black boys, either you shut up or we're going to church later. No!